What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Uncle Walter's Farm. I'm your host, Rental Man Buck. For those that are unaware of this series and is your first time joining in, I want to welcome you, but also enlighten you that my Uncle Walter is not the greatest in financial decisions. In the hunt to get some extra cash, though, before the end of the year, I am going to try and do some contract work. The cattle should hopefully have enough bales to get them through the winter, but in case I do fall short, I do already have some bales in the feed trough, and I want to have some money to buy some bales if need be. We have 2 contract jobs that are revolving around cultivating, and the third one being a bean field contract that we have to go and harvest. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and a great holiday weekend. I am kind of sad to say that I don't know how well my modding career is going to carry over into 25. The engine finally released, and it's a little different. I have to learn a whole new source of CAD work in Blender, so I don't see any of my stuff coming to 25 unless someone else converts it first. Just wanted to throw that out there. I'll meet you guys down at the field, though, and we can start threshing and getting this first contract completed. I want to take a moment and thank each and every one of you guys that have been helping to reach our 100,000 public subscriber goal by the end of the year. We are now officially less than 3,700 people, I believe, away. So to anybody that is new to the community, I highly recommend you go check out the rest of the channel. Also be sure to tune in to 3800 The Buck, Farm Sim's greatest radio station, which can be found on Spotify. With one headland done and another one slowly on the way, we're only at 25%. I don't see us filling up the hopper on this. And last time, you obviously saw we did the comparison. One hopper from this fills up my current grain trailer. That's why we're trying to work towards that Isuzu's box truck we can put a grain bed on the back of. Bean fields are a lot of fun because you really don't have to worry about which direction you're going. It's the corn fields that are always the problem. They say the guy that harvests the corn should be the one that sits in the planter, so that way if he starts complaining, he's the only one to blame. I want you guys to head down into the comment section. Let me know, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Today is actually Thanksgiving, so happy Turkey Day. Make sure you eat lots of food and save some for later because, you know, some people can have some really good Thanksgiving foods. My aunt can really cook some good food, okay? I will be stuffing my face full of the mashed potatoes this year. I could not do without mashed potatoes. I also know that I'm going to need to get a pressure washer on this farm. Look at the interior of this thing. It's got footprints everywhere. The outside's completely dirtied up. We're going to need to get some Andy Clean out here, okay? Andy Clean is the way to go. Get the Andy Clean Express. This is a field, though, that I actually wouldn't mind buying sometime down the road because at least with the size of equipment we have, we can justify putting in, like, corn. I wouldn't be putting crops like beans in here. We just can't justify getting, look at that, 50% out of an entire field. At least on corn, we might get a load and a half, and that would be able to sell for a lot more because we have more volume. I didn't tally up all of the numbers, but it looks like we're going to be getting about 15 to 16 grand maybe after all these contracts are said and done. That'll allow us to have enough wiggle room to maybe get a pressure washer to get our stuff cleaned up, possibly a couple bales for the winter season. And another big thing, which is Walter does not have any way to clear snow. I'm going to put a plow mount on the front of my International so we can get a snow blade for it so we can clear the farm. That's all we got for beans, 51%. Let's head back to the farm, get this sold off, and complete contract number 1. Now, I have sat in one of these things before, but I have yet to actually drive it, so whoa! I don't know if it's just me or not, but does anyone else find it funny that if you've actually been around tractors like this in real life, I can't even get my hands to go from side to side on the front end of the hood of this tractor alone? Then look at the size of the cultivator behind me. That thing is absolutely massive. And there's some areas in the world that it's really the only kind of equipment you can use to get the job done in a reasonable time. That is just mind-boggling to me, how absolutely massive this stuff can be. There is the field that we are going to be cultivating, so really just kind of jammed back inside of town. This is like one of those plots, I feel. There's a guy that's owned this thing since there was nothing in this entire area, and he just refuses to sell it. I don't blame the guy. There's actually a couple plots like that where I'm at. With this massive summer cultivator, though, we should be able to knock this field out relatively quick. What I don't understand is this field already looks cultivated. Why do we need to do it again? That makes no sense. I do want to take the steering assist and see how well this works. Yeah, 2 passes. Number of headlands. Auto. Let's see. Show lines. Let's get this going. All right. Let's make this work. I've heard that it makes it a lot easier to do this job when you lower the cultivator. Heard that makes it work. Yay! Ding, ding. I wonder if they all have different sounds. Like the sounds are what... Oh, hello. Nope, nope, nope. Its steering system back on. It's very, very sensitive. It does not like it when you touch the steering wheel. I've learned that. Let's see. Does it turn with the lines, though, is my question. It does! Yes! I'm really starting to like this new AI system. It's really kind of... I mean, it's going to take a little bit to maybe fine-tune it, but the way Giants worked this out, it is fantastic, and I'm excited to see how well it's able to work when modded maps come out. If it modifies itself or the modders themselves have to make the tracks for the field. I don't know. That's not my job. I just realized something. I'm doing this wrong again. I'm supposed to be doing the passes first, then the headlands. Dang it! 83 is now 70% complete. I'd hope so. We're covering a lot of ground in a very short time. I like how subtle the track marks are in the dirt. Like, you can definitely tell it's not compacting the soil as much as, say, the wheeled versions of stuff do. One more pass and that ought to do it. We'll see you guys down at the big field. Have you guys head down to the comments section while we are in transport. Let me know, what has been your favorite piece of equipment that is in FS25 from the base game? I know mods are going to be flooding in over the next couple of months as people start to figure out how to run the engine, how to work the code, but from the base game, what has been your favorite piece of equipment? I still have to say mine's the pressure washer, okay? The fact that we can drive the pressure washer it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Let's get in the field. Probably going to try and start working on the top side. Ooh, the lines are actually going side to side. Kind of doesn't make any sense. You'd think it'd make more sense to go north-south. Who cares? We'll get ourselves set up in line, start working our runs, and we'll get off to the races. If we can get Daryl out here, we might jump up and get some drone shots, but until then, I'm going to keep on rolling. AI's been doing a great job for the most part. The only thing it has really not been doing well on is these turnarounds. I get that the field is supposed to have 2 headland passes, but watch what he does when he backs up. If it does it on this, yeah, look at this. He just turns like really, really sharp, and I'm not really understanding why you can't just back straight up, buddy. I'm not going to blame Daryl, though. He also hasn't driven something like this in quite a while. Hopefully we'll wrap out this field relatively soon. We're almost 40% completed with the contract. I haven't accepted the contract yet for the other field because this is actually a 2-part deal. So once we're done with this, we can accept both contracts and get our money. We'll take the job back away from Daryl so that way we can keep the ball rolling. And I think that should do it. I'm probably going to end up taking out that sign, aren't I? Hold on. That stop sign? Where's the sign? Hang on, car. I'm trying to investigate where the heck this sign's at. I cannot seem to find where that sign went. To my knowledge, though, I'm pretty sure I just saw that have 2 stop signs on each corner. We'll do a video review, see whether or not it actually was one or not.
I'm probably gonna end up taking out that sign, aren't I?
How well the steering assist guides us around the corners is going to be a determining factor as to how well the AI actually does on these new fields. I just got to remember, do not touch the system. It will guide itself. It is kind of odd, though, because my camera button is on my steering wheel, so I got to be very delicate when I push it to make sure I don't kick the wheel off the path. I am curious, though. Oh, look at the monitor! The monitor actually does change! That is cool. In the top right-hand corner, that's the steering assist. I've been looking into the forecast the last couple days, and it's starting to show that there's going to be some flurries that are hitting our area tomorrow. So I will definitely have to get on the horn with my winter weather preparation work. Probably going to pick up a plow mount while I'm getting the pressure washer for the equipment. And then that should have us completely ready in case snow does accumulate on the ground. Let's finish out the rest of this field, and we'll collect our money from the contracts. I got gas in the tank and cash in the bank, and if you know the rest of that song, then good for you. But I'm going to head to my buddy Rico's and get the plow mount that I had purchased off of eBay installed on the front of this thing, since I just don't really have a plethora of tools sitting in the shop to get this thing mounted to my frame. Then we'll run over to the dealer, get ourselves some weight for the back of the truck, along with the pressure washer, and we'll be ready for that blizzard tomorrow. I'm really excited. All said and done, with the payments to the bank, paying off a little bit of debt, getting ourselves a giant water tank, as well as our pressure washer, we are now down $13,000 to, as you can see, $10,749. Just gotta he-man this thing into the bed. Okay. Well, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to put the tailgate in, but I can at least haul it back home. This definitely should and hopefully act like a counterweight, because this blade is meant for like a 25 or 3500 Chevy. It's a midweight blade, not a lightweight. I know the old International will be able to handle it, but pretty light in the back end, to be honest. Oh! It's still a little heavy. I think we'll be doing just fine. Let's head back to the house, and we'll get to cleaning. With the way finances look without taking out a loan, I don't see us getting that shed put up anytime soon this winter. Could possibly take out a loan to get the job done. If you guys haven't already heard about him, go check out my buddy Andy of Andy Clean. If I can at least keep my stuff clean, I know I'm going to have a better chance of, having less maintenance problems than if I were to not take care of it. Farming does not have to be dirty. You can fight me on that statement all you want. Wheel and deal our way over to the header trailer. I keep going back and forth on it. It's driving me nuts. I think I almost just want to go take out the money and build that shed. The thing about it is that some of this stuff, well, yes, it's not like keeping it outside is going to be the death of it. It's definitely going to help in our condition department. You don't want your seeders, you don't want your sprayers, you don't want your probably mowers sitting outside. So I think for the investment of the machinery as a whole, it'd be a good idea to get that shed put up. Because this we can keep outside. I don't mind keeping the cultivator out. But that seeder is the one thing I'm mainly worried about, and technically this mower. Everything's all nice and cleaned off. I'll put this back in the main garage. And I'll let you guys know what happens here with the finances in just a few weeks.
3 weeks later.
Welcome back, everybody. It is now early December. I bit the bullet. I went down, got a $10,000 loan, just tacking on even more money that we already owe back. But we're going to get that shed built. I want to establish a really solid home base for this farm to build upon. And to do that, we need to make sure we're able to take care of our equipment. Most of our resources are going to be able to be sourced directly from the warehouse in town. Well, we'll get these things all loaded up, head back to the farm, and we'll start working on the construction of that shed before the snow starts to really fly. I'll have you guys hit the comment section one more time before we start getting this shed built. And let me know, how do you guys like Uncle Walter's farm? Has it been a pretty good series so far, or has it kind of been lacking? And if it is lacking, too bad, I'm not changing. Just kidding. I am trying to keep this as entertaining as possible. This will not be a seasonal-based farm like my old school and the Nebraska, but it definitely helps provide some more rapid-fire content. Okay, what all do we need to do now? That looks like that did absolutely nothing. Well, what do we got to do now? Oh, okay, it's building it. Okay. I'll just put up a hope and a prayer that thing gets finished before it really starts to snow. So let's just hook up to the cedar. We'll kind of just put it underneath a tree or something that'll give it some cover until we can maybe drag it over to that shed.
Later.
We never like news, especially when it's bad. I thought when I did my research and looking at this building, it was going to be worth something. And then I seen this. I'm like, there ain't no way you're fitting any sort of ag machinery through that gap. And when I went back and, checked the construction outlet, sure as can be, there's only one door. I thought this was like a big door in the front, not just this tiny little door. So this shed is physically useless to me. I've already dumped probably almost 10 grand into this thing. for it to be completely pointless. And it's still snowing. So I got an option. I can sell this for about $1,000 as it stands. I can also sell this shed. If I sell this shed, we might be able to talk to the bank about getting this shed financed and placed down right there. Because that would be big enough to house almost everything that we need. I'm just going to have to basically take the hit for the first year. I know I could easily just put one of these, but I don't have enough room for that. I have to take down a bunch of trees, and that's a whole lot more work than it's worth. I think it'd be a great option. Maybe even like make it where the door faces out towards the field. Who knows? Oh boy, we got some work to do. There a little bit of tree work and, you know, reevaluating my life choices. I actually ended up finding a company that would build one of those sheds for, you know, half the price, because I knew when I saw that shed that, you know, $65,000 for that size of a shed just seems like a ripoff. There's no way that costs that much. I cleared out some trees. We're going to have to make a line that goes from that door to the driveway, so that's fine. I don't mind that. I have this thing traditionally built, and it's a nice farm red. Let's get our money's worth. Place is looking pretty nice, if you ask me. Now we just got to hope one thing, that this door is wide enough to fit what we need to have fit in there. I would think our cedar could fit in that door, but I've been wrong before. I'm getting kind of worried. It's looking pretty skinny. Please work, please work. If this works, then at least I can send the money back to the bank that I didn't use. Oh, if it fits, it ships, baby. It fits, it ships. Woo! That is our first success, and I know that door has to be tall enough to fit the mower in. Oh yeah, with ease. With ease. I think we're gonna have ourselves a beautiful looking farmstead here, gents. We might even be able to put the header in. We'll put it this way, I'm definitely not looking to make all of my money back in a very short time frame, but now we can at least keep our stuff nice for the longevity that we do have it. Get the baler inside, get our tedder inside, get the fuel trailer that we still don't own inside. Very nice. I think we'll actually put the header trailer in the regular shed, and we'll put the combine in that shed. That would make a lot more sense. I think I'm just really lucky it has not blizzarded yet, because it should have been an absolute whiteout by this point, but something's looking out, alright? It really wants us to get this done before it starts to come down. I'm putting money on that. Well, after finally getting everything reattached and having a midlife crisis in the middle of an episode, we got everything put away. Everything is officially now indoors, completely set up. I might even put this truck in that shed. It keeps this thing out of the elements. And I can run from the house to the shed. That's not going to be a problem. We finally got it all sorted out. Thank you all for sticking around. Oh, don't tell me it's not going to fit here now. Oh, come on! It took a wee bit of shimmying, but hey, we got it figured out now. It's all good. Perfect. Done. It's over. I am ready for the blizzard. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, look at me, Walter. I'm not as bad as you. About time something worked around here. I waited until this afternoon because it said the storm was going to start picking up again in the mid-morning. So we got a lot of fluffy snow to push around and get it out of the way. International obviously has been undercover, so it should fire like a top, unless that belt squeaks like my, We're not even gonna go there. Ah, there it goes! I need something to make me laugh. Booyah, baby, booyah! That's what we like to see. Cattle food's still looking pretty nice. I want to check to make sure the food's doing just fine, but their water is starting to go down a little bit. Don't think it's enough to run to the creek bed just yet. I did also pay back the bank about 50 grand out of that loan that we had to take out, so we're now only $350,000 in debt instead of $400,000 after the whole fiasco with the lie about, you know, oh, I don't know, that whole shed being a waste of time. Whoa, hello. Let's go check out our lettuce and see if our money's gonna be made back there. Ooh, we got some lettuce, actually. How much lettuce, though? That's a whole 1,000 pounds of lettuce. I could sell that at the kiosk, I think. Ooh, lettuce sells for good money. Hang on a minute. We're throwing this in the back. I'm selling this. I'm seeing what this will get me. This is horrible, horrible stacking, but we're going to deal with it, all right? Deal with it. We need as much money as we can get right now. No! Why this? What? Guys, we are officially tipping sideways and the snow is screwing us over. What else could go wrong? Woo! I love this. This is fantastic. Guys, we have officially cleared the snow the fastest you've ever seen in your entire life. Bye, snow. That's been the story of the last half hour of this episode. Come on, at least make something worth my money. $1,200 a pallet. Sign me up. We're making all the lettuce we can. All right. We're going full lettuce production. I think that's about all the time we're going to take for today on Uncle Walter's farm. We're in more debt, but everything is officially now undercover. That's what I think is the most important. All of this stuff now is completely out of the elements, and we can start working on building a very productive farm, a very well-kept farm, very profitable farm. But until next time, guys, we shall see you all in the next one. This is the Rental Man out. Peace.